Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to create an AR, accounts receivable workbook that you can distribute with a tab for each one of your reps. It shows exactly which rep has how much they have in outstanding. So first thing we want to do is create a unique list of rep names, and I've got all the data here. I've created a table. So this is an actual Excel table. So we're going to just type in unique, and then the column that has the values that we want. Now because this is a table, if we were to add, and I'll show you, I'll demonstrate this in a second. Since it's a table, if you add another invoice to this, it'll automatically generate another rep. So let's say we put in another invoice 20040, and today's date, and let's say it's Tim Jones, and it's for the amphitheater project, and it's $15,000, and the new rep is going to be PZ. Now watch what happens up here where this 0 is. Boom, we get another rep up here. So then we have let's call it the South region, and that's the date, and that's the days behind. Now what I'm going to do is so we don't have as many unique names, I'm going to change this one to FI, and I'm going to change this one to HP. Boom. So now we have 5 unique names. That way we don't have to create as many tabs. So we've got our list of unique names. And what we're going to do is we're going to use our filter function. And I've gone through and I've created a drop down here in this sheet. However, this is what we're going to end up having to do is, because this won't copy, so when we'll go this way. So we're going to use the filter function to fill this in. So it's going to be filter, whoops, got that wrong, and we're going to do, the array is going to be the table, so we're going to do that, and then we go back, nope, got that wrong, the table, and you want to hit the comma before you go on to the next thing. And so then we're going to include the rep by rep, and we want it to be equal to what is in this cell here, which is B1, and we will close that up, and boom, we have this list. Now what we're going to do, now we know right now we have 5 reps, and so what we're going to do is we're going to create 4 more tabs. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can tell by the numbers that I've done this is the 3rd or 4th take on this video. Anyway, so we're going to do is, so we're going to go back to sheet 12, and what you can do is you highlight in the corner up here, and this will highlight the entire tab worksheet. Oh, sorry. Hit Control C, and we're going to go to sheet 18, and we're going to hit Control V. Okay, now when you look here, it shows GC, but when we change it, it doesn't change the list, and the reason is because in here it's referencing sheet 12 B1. Well, this is sheet 18, so we're going to want to change this to sheet 18. Now it has HP in there. So now we can change this to any of the others. Now, I want to make sure, yeah. Okay. So now what we could do before we go to the rest of these is we know we have FI, GC, HP, SM, WT as the sheet name. So FI is going to be the first. FI. I'm going to change that. So to change the name, I assume you double click on this. So you double click and you can edit it. So FI in GC, I think it was the second one we said, GC, So you have FI, GC, HP, SMWT, HP, HP, SM, WT. Okay, so now we're going to go back to this one, which is the last one we did. We're going to go back to this one. We're going to copy it. Copy. Paste. And you can just go back and you can just paste. And paste. Okay, and now what you have to be sure you're doing is you go in here and you want to make sure that this is for GC. Yep, that's right. So we want to change this to GC. Whoops. Okay, boom. You want to make sure that here in this, you check this as HP. Nope, still GC, so we check that. I'm going to move that to HP. Boom. And this is going to be SM. And WT. Boom. So now you have a master list of all of the outstanding invoices, and then you have a tab for each rep. Now you can make this static, so you can make these static, so you just can delete the drop down if you want. But if you have different reps or whatever, or you could just leave it for the first tab and say an interactive tab or whatever. But this way you only have to send out one spreadsheet instead of one for each rep. So now you could send out one, and reps could just check, could just change it. So you could just have two tabs here. Now let's say we've copied this over. Now let's say we have a bunch of stuff where we want to do some editing on these on the upper part of it. Since these sheets are all the same, you can click on one, hold down the shift key, and now we're editing all of the different tabs. So let's say, okay, well, the date's too wide, so we're going to move that a little narrower. So now you look at all of the tabs, they're all the same. That date column got, or if we wanted to make this a different color, if we wanted to shade it, maybe something, put a little light blue in there. Then you look at each one of the tabs, and they're all the same. So that's the introductory, the simple version of this. We'll build on this in a couple more parts and make it a little more complex and add some features that might be helpful. If you have comments or suggestions, please leave them down below. Hit a thumbs up for the video. Please subscribe to get content as it becomes available. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you next time.